then you're already expecting it to fail. You're not completely invested in the marriage or the relationship in general. Like, you're already anticipating that it's not going to work out. So why would I go into it with you if you're not planning that it's going to work out and you're not trusting that we're...
What are you talking about, youngster? We're talking about reality. It's not something that you want to happen because you're creating this prenup. It's something that you know based upon life experience and life experience throughout the country, throughout the world, because these are statistics, that 50% of them don't work out. It has nothing to do with what you want to happen or a fail-safe. You know this is the reality of the world. That's what you have to take into account. It has nothing to do with what you want to happen. It's what you know might happen, unfortunately, because 100% of those marriages thought it was going to work out for the long term. And guess what? 50% of them were wrong.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Flavor. The flavor today is women's opinions on prenups. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at women's opinions on prenups.
I don't know. If you've been common law for 3 years, you're basically entitled to anything that a married woman is. So if a guy was
Is that actually fact though?
Yes.
Common law,
Yes.
you're entitled to anything?
basically, yeah, everything. It's
For like 3 weeks,
You're
relax.
entitled to alimony as well. You're also entitled to child.
On what state?
Most states.
Whoa!
I think you'd have to find me a state that doesn't have that.
Hold up. Bring it back. Let's fact check. Did she say most states prenup? No. Because last time I checked, I think there's only 8 states that recognize prenup. Not most states. Don't come on show without doing your fact checking. 8 states. Not most states. Let's carry on.
We're gonna need to Google that real quick. So common law marriage kicks in if you're living together for 3 years?
I thought it was 7.
It depends on the
I've heard
state.
7.
I've heard 7 too.
So some states
I've
are
heard
2.
7.
Depend on the state.
Wait, then I need to go back in time if that's the case.
Some states are 2, some are 3.
Some are. There's only 8.
But
So
basically what I'd say to
common
him
law.
is, I'd say...
What's your
We gotta
sum?
look into this.
Yeah.
Some of 8?
Don't you know about this?
So 1, 2,
You know what, some
2,
dude,
1.
you're together a couple years, I love you, baby, let's do this as a family, you just can't get married to the government. What would you say?
I would say, like, no, I'd leave because
I'd leave?
I think that...
You said you would leave?
Yeah, because to me it's a big... I think that when you go into a marriage and you're agreeing to make that commitment to each other, like, there's a matter of, like, trust that you have within the relationship and the bond that, like, you're creating. And if you're going to go into that and you have to have, like, a backup plan for yourself or, like, a safety net, then you're already expecting it to fail. You're not completely invested in the marriage or the relationship in general. Like, you're already anticipating that it's not going to work out. So why would I go into it with you if you're not planning that it's going to work out and you're not trusting that we're...
What are you talking about, youngster? We're talking about reality. It's not something that you want to happen because you're creating this prenup. It's something that you know based upon life experience and life experience throughout the country, throughout the world, because these are statistics, that 50% of them don't work out. It has nothing to do with what you want to happen or a fail-safe. You know this is the reality of the world. That's what you have to take into account. It has nothing to do with what you want to happen. It's what you know might happen, unfortunately, because 100% of those marriages thought it was going to work out for the long term. And guess what? 50% of them were wrong. Let's carry on.
We're going to work it out and be together.
Let me
Like,
ask you something. You
What?
bring up a good point. You drive a car?
I do.
What kind of car?
It's a Honda.
That a girl?
I appreciate
What kind
that,
of car insurance you got?
It like all the insurance on the... I don't know. It's
You
all
got
All the
car
insurance.
I do.
Okay. You're a pretty healthy girl, right?
I think so.
Okay. What kind of health insurance you got?
It's my mom's.
Appreciate your
You
honesty.
have health
Your
insurance.
mom.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So even though you're healthy, you have health insurance.
Okay.
Even though you have a car, you've never been in a car accident, you have car insurance.
Yes.
What if I were to tell you that the prenup is just divorce insurance?
No, I get the concept behind it 100%. Like I
get it,
understand
you just don't
like the
embrace it.
logic of like you need to protect yourself and everything, but I just don't think in my particular situation I would feel comfortable then going into that, like having kids.
What? Bring it back. You wouldn't feel comfortable then having kids. Okay, so let me ask you a question. What choices do you have? Right, and I say that respectively, right? And when I say that, I'm not saying that in regards to her aesthetics. I just say that respectively. Meaning, if every person you get interested in wants a prenup, you say you'll pack your bags and leave. How many times are you going to do that? Let's think about it. Right, over the course of your lifetime, how many people you get involved with that you're interested in getting to marriage, right? First of all, those numbers, and then of those people, suppose all of them want a prenup. How many times are you going to leave? And at what age will you say, we're going to have to go ahead with it anyway, right? How long? So I hope on a part of your life cycle, you also have the option of having to be single or having no problem in being single for the rest of your life. And not that anything's wrong with that. I respect that. But I don't think these females have that as an option. So my question to you is, how many times are you going to do that until you get to the age where you're saying, can't do that anymore. I can't keep leaving and leaving and leaving and leaving because things are not on my terms.
Raising a whole family and doing all of these things with someone, if I felt like in the back of their mind there was still a piece where they like felt like they had to like have an escape route.
What happens
like
if there was an agreement? Like, look, you're gonna get a push present for every kid for every year that we stay divorced. I'm sorry,
like a Birkin per kid.
For every year that we're married, you're gonna get X amount. I'm not gonna leave you high and dry.
But then what's the difference between?
I just don't want a court or the government telling us what we need to do. I want us to tell us what we need to do. And here's the paperwork, and we're going to figure this out. And if somebody cheats, we'll figure it out. But I don't need the magistrate up in Dade County telling me what to do. Is that something you'd be open to?
It'd be a conversation, but initially I'm like grabbing the keys, packing the bags, like, all right, have a great life.
Listen, I don't want to marry you, but I'll marry you. What do you say this?
Listen, for me, I date to marry. And prenup is another thing. Like, I've dated millionaires in the past.
Hold on!
I was always...
You date to marry? Do you dress to marry? Because how you're dressed right now doesn't look like it's to marry. So we're supposed to believe you that you date to marry. Okay, if you say so.
Always upfront with the idea of I don't care about prenup, because if I don't have as much as the guy I'm dating, and he's already built his empire alone and he has all that money and he wants a prenup, that's perfectly fine, because I don't want to take anything away from a man who got to that point in his life before even meeting me, right? So prenup is one thing. Like, I can get married with a prenup and that's fine. But if someone is with me and plays those games that, I don't want to get married, I'm out, because I'm not going to have someone's children in the future without being married.
Gotcha. So we have yes to a marriage, yes to a need to get married.
That's off the narrative, though.
You get a prenup, of course.
You're doing
We're talking about prenup.
I'm fine with the
You didn't need it.
Yeah.
What did you say?
As long as I get an engagement ring, a wedding ring, and a destination location wedding, we call each other husband and wife, then I'm fine. We don't need actually to get married with the courthouse.
You're not
as
too
long
bright,
as I get this, and this,
I want a big ring.
I want a big ring.
How about you, Lydia?
Yeah, so my end goal for marriage is to have children, so I'm not getting into a marriage unless we're signing contracts and going to be legally married on paper. Because again, I want to have children, I need that security, so when I do get pregnant, I can't work for months on end, and even afterwards, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm secure in my marriage, we're good, he's working, I can take care of the children.
So you're saying, so what did you say you would agree to or not agree to?
So no, like, we have to be married on paper.
Okay, but I guess the question here is, who's not willing to sign a prenup?
Prenup is the narrative.
I'll sign a prenup,
You'll sign the
but
prenup.
it protects both parties.
Okay.
Yeah, because we want to know what's real.
Oh,
That's
so that.
fine.
she said, I'll sign a prenup because it protects both parties. I know, and the conversation is getting off of the narrative. The narrative is the prenup. Will you sign? Will you not sign? Why or why not? That's the narrative. People are getting into, I'll sign the marriage. Yeah, that's fine. Talk about the prenup. So she said it protects both parties. And that's what I think this conversation is forgetting, right? That's the misnomer of a prenup, is that, well, I gotta sign a prenup, I'm not getting anything from a female's perspective. And that's not what a prenup will typically do, right? The prenup is based upon the conditions put into the prenup, right? So that prenup could say, if in the event of a divorce, every year for X amount of years, you'll get this stipend. You'll get this amount. It's not leaving the female destitute, especially if they're the caretaker, but it's basically saying this is the outline. This is how much you'll get. This is how much you'll get for child support. This, if alimony wants to be worked into, but this is the amount, meaning no more than that. And the reason why the guy, if they're the breadwinner, and in particular the breadwinner before they even met this person, wants that, because they don't want to be bankrupt after marriage, right? And they don't even want to have 50% of what they've earned prior to meeting the female before marriage. That's the reason for this. So this amount that you'll get in an alimony aspect, in a child support aspect after marriage, is he's comfortable with, because he knows he's got the majority of his wealth that he earned, right? But you're still good. You know what I mean? You may not be living the same lifestyle that you were while you were married, but you're still living a good lifestyle. You know what I mean? Where you don't even have to work. That's what I think the misnomer is. Too many people think that by signing a prenup, you're going to get nothing. No! That's not necessarily what, it's the conditions which you agree on. You'll get this, you get this, but this per year, the child, if you have child, blah, 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 you're going to be good. You're just not going to be a million, like, you're just not going to be someone that has taken the guy's fortune. That's what he's preventing from. And those females who don't want to sign that, then here is your bag, here is your things, here is your keys. Have a good one.